Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
It's Just Ask Gigi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's Gigi and Tom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Ask Gigi. My name's Tom Alexander, and of course, I'm here with the one, the only Gigi Stetler. Hey, Gigi, how are you?
Hi, I'm grand. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Still here in seclusion, in isolation, but we're doing fine. And
You're not going crazy yet?
not yet. You know, I'm going to turn it over here. See, I still have my keyboards, so I'm able to play and keep myself entertained, and I do these Facebook Live things on Friday nights, and try to play music for a little while. So it's okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just try to, share a little music with people. But yeah, it's good so far, and we're, as always, we're busy here at the RV Advisor, and we got a lot to do. So, and we got the new site, and stuff.
Yes, it's in work in progress, but I'm excited that, that it's up, and getting comments from people, things not working, and which we know, we're merging the two sites together. So it's a lot more, way over my pay scale and level of IT experience. So, but it's very, complicated, but it's going to be amazing when it's done, when it's working and doing everything that it's supposed to be doing. So I'm excited for that. And, please everybody log on and, I had so many people wondering, okay, so, now if the membership's free, what's going to keep, everything going? And, there's, as I always say, when I first, formed RV Advisor, was, a platform, non-biased platform, but, to protect owners' rights and stand up for them. And, and it's a numbers game, and we need everybody on board. There's so many other ways to make money, which, once we have members, there's advertising and there's sponsorships and things like that. And, but we want the strength. So we need, there are 10 million registered RV owners, and they should all be an RV Advisor member, so that we can, show up on Washington's doorstep if we feel like we got a bad ruling. We want to be able to do that, and we need, and we need everybody's support, So anyway, that's the direction we're heading. And, I wanted to talk today. I'm a little cabin fever myself, and I'm so missing our outdoors and repairs, and I want to get back to looking at contracts and helping people and camping and fixing RVs and doing what I do best. It's I miss it. I did have some good positive feedback. A member hired me just last week and was going to pick up his new motorhome, and I reviewed his contract and made a few minor suggestions and changes and stuff, and prior to him signing it. And he fortunately only gave a $500 deposit instead of $5,000 that our other buddy did. But anyway, he after reviewing his contract, there was some things in there, and I thought the interest rate was a bit high, and I told him to try to negotiate that down a bit. And so he called the finance manager, because I said, tell him that you've got this offer from your credit union, and see how that goes. And their extended warranty price was pretty much in line with ours. So I said, buy it from the dealer, because we're not here to take profits from the dealers. That's not what we're here for. I just want to make sure that you're getting what you pay for. Mm-hmm. So, but I did suggest for him to, see if you can get that rate down a little bit, because I know, State Farm's offering lower rates. But anyway, so he called finance manager, and the finance manager flipped out on him, like, I've been working so hard for you. How dare you? And he just went crazy on the customer.
Wow.
Yeah, on the phone.
Jeez.
So he called me back, and I was thinking, oh my God, if he's going to do that to you over the phone, can you imagine when you go pick it up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so anyway, I guess they called him back after I had made some changes on the contract. So I said, well, wait till he sees the changes that I put on the contract. This guy, really going to kill you.
Yeah.
So he actually, called the dealer back and said that, he had actually had me review it, and I had these few suggestions. And, we had talked about buyer's contracts all the time, and 90% of these contracts that I read, it says that you've accepted the RV in its condition.
Right.
You're buying it as is and you've accepted it in its condition. Well, you can't sign that you've accepted it because you haven't taken delivery or you haven't even seen it yet, especially if it's an ordered unit. So anyway, I had that, crossed off and then, and changed to upon inspection, just a few things. So anyway, so surprisingly so, after he called back, they made the concessions for him. They lowered his interest rate. And when he got there, he said that they were unbelievably great to him, like amazingly amazing. They went bent over backwards, and
Wow.
like everything that was wrong, there was
including
like
the guy that freaked out on him.
Yeah, well, no,
Really?
but he was the finance guy, but it was the dealership.
Yeah.
But after the dealership, realized that he's an RV advisor member,
Right.
and I think I think we're gaining headway. I think is the point to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm giving knowledge to customers to know what to look for. So before he paid and before he went to the finance manager, I gave him a list of things that he needed to, go over and go through and this and that. And they not only, like I said, don't drive off that lot with things broken, if you don't have a relationship with that dealership, because they're going to put you at the back of the line waiting months and months for repairs.
Mm-hmm.
So they while he was there, they actually hooked him up to electric and water, and he stayed there for a night or two on their lot or next door or something. And they came in and out and made all the repairs necessary, and he drove away a happy customer. So I'm so excited. Like, I'm really excited that happened, and I'm hoping that they said that we're getting respect in the industry, that they don't want to mess with, knowledge is power. So if you go in armed with, being an RV advisor member and, having knowledge about what you're doing, they're going to be a little bit more accountable for what they're doing. So anyway, so I think that that's, we're making headway, and we need to keep doing that. And that's why we need so many members, so that we can overtake, the system of, dealer manufacturer first, profits first.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's right. And that's what's going on. And, it's interesting because amidst everything going on right now, the goal is to try to still establish some level of normalcy here, which is exactly what's, the story you related sounds like something that would be happening at any time, right? And just like,
I'm hoping.
And I think it's really critical. It's something that we all need to try to do. I realize that we're all sort of, we're all in our homes, most of us, a good deal of us.
I truly think that the campgrounds and, maybe not the state parks, but the private campgrounds are going to be one of the first businesses that are technically non-essential, but they are essential,
right,
to be open. So I think we all need to get ready, because I truly think that, cabin fever is going to, get to all of us. And I think that we should get ready, because I think that, the campgrounds, opening, I think we need to all, start doing our research and I mean, I know we have a map of all the campgrounds and we have discounts and stuff like that, but start planning, because it's going to be so busy when the campgrounds open. If you think you're going to get a reservation, you better do it now.
Not happening. Yeah.
You need to do reservations now. Even there's a lot of people like KOAs. I believe that they take their reservations online, but find a campground if you can that'll take it online. And even though they don't know when they're opening, at least, you start with, May 15th and May 20th, and you just kind of keep moving your reservation down, but at least you'll be first in line. Right. And the same thing with the dealerships that I said, get your service done. Do not set out on vacation after your camper's been in storage for 6 months.
Right.
Please get those service appointments, keep those dealers alive and get your service done and get your maintenance done. it's really important because when you're ready to hit the road, you want to be ready.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely critical. And I think you're right too, in the sense that, people are, we're about a month into this here in South Florida, and basically around the country, about the same amount, right? About a month. So, we don't know how much longer this is going to go on, how long we're going to be in this situation. But I think after whatever the amount of time is, people are going to be really chomping at the bit, to kind of get out there and live their lives like they've always have. And I think you're going to see a spike at the movie theaters, once everything starts reopening, right? Sporting events, movie theaters, although, people.
I don't know about the sporting events.
Maybe not the sporting events, but you know what? I think it's going to take a while, I think, for people to sort of, get back to that comfort zone. Who knows? Sports may say, okay, you know what? Here's how we're going to do it, folks. We're only going to allow, let's say it's a baseball game where there's 40,000 people normally, right? Maybe they limit it to 10. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. But, and then they separate people and keep people far enough away from each other.
I think just like having restaurants working, opening restaurants to have capacity, you have to think about the businesses. They'll, like, for a stadium to only have 10,000 people and the amount of staff and overhead and costs, to only have, a quarter of the fans, it's, I think that, music concerts and stadiums and stuff, I think are going to be suffering for a little bit longer, I think, because, thinking about, can you imagine yourself right now being in a pile of people and
no.
not knowing who's positive and who's not? And
yeah, I know. It's going to take a while for people to kind of get back to that comfort zone of like, hey, is everything okay? Obviously, if a vaccine is unearthed here sooner than later and people feel like, hey, well, now they got a shot for it, we're going to be okay. I think people start to,
that's a long time from now.
It's a long time. It is a long time. But
I'm not even thinking that getting back to RVing and getting back to, I'm feeling like all those full-time RVers that are like stuck in certain campgrounds that can't move about. That's frustrating. Like that, you bought an RV to go full-timing to see the sights, and home is wherever you plug in, and being stuck in a place for 3 months or 2 months or however long. I don't know, I feel like I've been in a year now, but to be stuck is horrible. So, they need to get back to traveling, and, a lot of those full-timers travel between kids and grandkids and stuff. So that's what, I think that is really one of the first few things, that and because it's about the best social distancing, you could have.
It sure is. It's the perfect social distancing. Let's take a quick break. And when we get back, I want to tell you about who our podcast guest is, and also another person coming up on the podcast real soon. You talk about social distancing and people who do great big things from their RVs. Pretty cool stuff. So we're going to come back right back. She's Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. This is Just Ask Gigi. We'll be back in just a moment.
The most experienced RV traveler knows it's important to expect the unexpected. Trust the RV Advisor Roadside Assistance Plan, starting at just $99 per year. It's the industry's most affordable plan and offers the most value compared to competitors, covering RVs, towed vehicles, personal vehicles, horse trailers, bike trailers, and more. Visit thervadvisor.com or call 833-229-0911. The RV Advisor Roadside Assistance Plan. Don't hit the road without it.
We are back on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. And Gigi, I had a chance to chat with the mayor of Elkhart, Indiana.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It went great. What a great guy. His name is Rod Roberson. And he talk about inheriting a nightmare. He literally just came into office in January.
Oh, no.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's like, hey, congratulations, Mayor, and now you've got this.
No.
It's like, holy Toledo. So he,
Poor guy, yeah.
holy Elkhart, wherever he is. But
Holy Elkhart is right, because that's a complicated city in itself anyway. Because
right, yeah,
wow.
and so he, obviously it's the RV capital of the world, as almost every RVer out there is aware, and so he's sort of juggling that kind of crazy industry and making things kind of keeping stuff flowing and the work going and everything else, and then amidst that's hard enough, right, and then on top of that you've got COVID-19, and so it's clearly a lot on his plate right out of the
yeah, literally. Did he say that a lot of plants are making masks now? And because I did hear that.
He wasn't specific in terms of the specific products, but he said that they are all, everybody is doing their part to try to lend a hand in the battle against Corona. So he alluded to the fact that, the factories are assisting in that. So I'm sure mask making is part of it.
Good.
So it's pretty cool. And, he says, look, he's out there every day, fighting. And the interesting thing was he doesn't, he's one of those rare guys, at least you'll hear it if you listen to the interview. He doesn't talk like a politician. He really looks like himself. He looks at himself as sort of like a public servant. And he really kind of just is out there getting his hands dirty and kind of doing it, side by side, shoulder to shoulder with the people out there and trying to, how can I help? What can I do? And just a very interesting, impressive person. So I really,
I can't wait to listen to it. I actually have not heard it yet, but I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah. It's really was a lot of fun. It's on right now. You can go to the site and you can go to our Facebook page and you can check it out. It's there. Again, his name is Rod Roberson. Rod Roberson.
Rob. Say that 3 times.
Yeah, right. At first I thought it was Rob Roberson, but it's Rod, R-O-D. So Rod.
You say it 3 times.
Rod Roberson. Rod. I'm out. I just lost. But yeah. So there you go. And then also coming up, we have Ashley Gann. Now, Ashley Gann is the chief meteorologist at CBS.
That's the weather lady, right?
She is. She's the chief meteorologist at Channel 42, CBS 42 in Birmingham, Alabama. And guess what? She's got 3 young ones, as well as her husband, who, by the way, is 6'6". She made sure to tell us that. So they're at an RV, and they're living in an RV outside of the city, and
they're full-time. And I think I saw the story about her. Yeah, I think that's awesome. And
they're full-time. Now, she ultimately said, they want to look to get into maybe get a townhouse, a townhome, but they still want to keep their RV too, or at least maybe they scale down a little bit on the RV side, but they love it, and they like the idea of going to traveling and going to different places. But
so awesome.
RV's been just a godsend for her, because she's out there. She's not on the front lines per se, but she is considered essential because of what she does. She brings information to people.
Yeah, all those storms that just went through, didn't they go through Alabama as well?
They did.
Hopefully she's safe.
I know the South was Mississippi, and some other places took a pretty hard hit. Even I think the panhandle of our state in Florida here.
I was going to look for the map because I when it was happening, I think 2 nights ago, right. I saw the radar and it was like,
yeah,
the whole southeastern U.S.
And not only that, the Northeast got hit too. There were some heavy winds up in the Northeast.
I heard New York was getting 70-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. In fact, my hometown of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Wilkes-Barre, which is right across from 44, where you had the Jacket, the theater, where the theater was, which is north of Philly. They just had the roof blown off of their city hall.
Oh, jeez.
And so, so it's like, I don't know. I don't think a tornado came through, but they were just really, really high winds, and it tore the roof right off the joint. So it's like, wow. musicians love when you say that. Let's tear the roof off this joint. You don't really mean that,
you brought the house down. Or how's that song going?
Yeah,
we let the dogs
burn
out.
down a house,
who
or
brought the house down, or something. Who burnt the house? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, but it's just like, yeah. I mean, it's not good. I don't think anyone was hurt, at least in that situation. But we know.
I saw some deaths. I did see.
I mean, and I'm talking about back in
where your city hall situation.
Yeah,
right.
but as far as in the South, there were some. Unfortunately, I believe there were some fatalities. So
crazy. Yeah, they say that we're going to have a very, very crazy hurricane season this year, and because it's hotter than usual.
We hope not. I mean, if there's any, I hate to use even the term silver lining, but I mean, at least right now at this point, we're still ahead of hurricane season here in the South.
Yeah.
And so, while this COVID's going on, but we're getting closer and closer to hurricane season.
I know, and what's really scary is that like our resources, think about it right now, like trying to get resources to the southeastern part of the U.S. that just got hit with all those tornadoes, and our resources, FEMA's maxed out with the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many people maxed out that that our resources are spread thin, and insurance companies are you guys get out your policies and take a look at your insurance and make sure that you've got insurance with an A-rated company. Because they are gonna take a hit, if they have health insurance and business interruption insurance, they're gonna take a hit. So just take a look at your policies and make sure that you're with a A+ rated company.
Absolutely.
Which would be like Progressive and Geico and Allstate and Safeco and
the top ones.
Those
How about what's the other? Liberty Mutual. Liberty, yeah.
Liberty Mutual is good.
Right. They all have those little jingles. It's funny how insurance companies now have almost all of them have funny commercials.
Oh, I'm starting to love them. It's almost like the Super Bowl commercials now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Geico and you look at these Geico commercials and you're like, oh my God, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it makes you watch the whole thing, but it's so like.
Hey,
and then the Progressive, and then the State Farm, they're really getting competitive.
Yeah, we are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum,
yeah. But the Liberty Mutual, Liberty,
Yeah.
Only get what you need
jingles.
Or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. We got a jingle.
We got a jingle.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
There you go.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
I love our jingle. Yeah.
All right, there you go. You even get live theater here. You get live theater.
Yeah, I think so. For next year's Super Bowl, or maybe we even do that on our our show. We put all the commercials together.
Yeah.
And vote on them. And I think who needs halftime Super Bowl, while they're spending all that money.
Right.
It's literally the insurance commercials have to be the funniest. They're stupid, but they're funny, and there's got to be a winner. We got to pick.
So we got to do a halftime. We got to do a Just Ask GiGi halftime show. Live.
Yeah.
We got to do our own little thing here. Right in the middle of the game. Who the heck needs the guys dancing around on stage? Tune into us, right? I'm sure that'll be a ratings winner.
I need to go back on live. I miss it. I miss the comments coming up. I miss it. We have to figure.
We're gonna all that. Listen, like you said earlier, the site's a work in progress. We're building stuff out here on the media side, the podcast, everything we're doing. We're trying to always work on improving. We were in the midst of trying to take this show to the next level, right when COVID-19 hit, and so we had to kind of recalibrate and do this show remotely, the isolation episodes, as our producer AP calls them. So, but that's okay. Once we reemerge from this challenge, we'll get to bust it out. We'll do the big to do, and what do we go? We'll get a full band, dancers, the whole works.
Oh, we got a band. It'll be you.
Yeah, it's okay. I got the keyboards over there to We can do it. Well, on that note, we should remind folks, if they want to help out, they always can. If they go to the rvaca.org, that's rvaca.org. If you've got something you want to share with us where you need assistance and you want to isolate, and it's critical, or you know someone who needs it, someone on the front lines, perhaps a medical person that needs to be isolated, by all means,
send them our way.
Send them our way. And if you want to contribute and help out, whether it be money or an RV, that's there too. So you can go online and see where it is.
Send it our way.
Yeah, absolutely. The RVA, that's rvaca.org. Gigi Stettler.
501c nonprofit, don't forget.
That's right. It is a nonprofit. It was 501c3.
Yes.
C3.
C3.
There it is. I got it. 501c3 nonprofit. Very good. Well, Gigi Stettler, a lot of fun for another week. We enjoyed this.
Yep.
And thank you. Thank you. I know you're busy there at HQ as always.
Yep.
And we'll be back again next Thursday for another edition of Just Ask Gigi. For the aforementioned Gigi Stettler, I'm Tom Alexander. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay well, stay home. Bye, everybody.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.